Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And this topic is a very tough one. And we're going to go beyond the topic, you might say. So the topic is, what will help your marriage survive the death of a child? And the reason this topic comes up, aside from the fact that you've lost a child, is that the people who are the go-tos for marriage love excuses. And they found a good one in this. When your child dies, the stress and pressure, the emotions, your heart just breaking, it rips you apart as an individual. And so there is this belief that that is what is destroying your marriage. But it isn't. It isn't. And this is a tough time to recognize, if you're willing to believe me, that your marriage was already in trouble. It's hard to admit it, and perhaps there's a few where that's not the case, but generally speaking, the truth is your marriage was already trending in the wrong direction, and this has sped it up. So I lost a child, by the way, so I'm not insensitive to this. I'm not coming from a theoretical place. I know what happens personally when you lose a child. And it's very, very difficult to recover. It takes time. When I lost my son, it was in 2008, I went through different stages, not of grieving, but different stages in my mind and in my heart. And during one of those, I talked to a bunch of my friends who had lost their brother or their sister. And I said, how long did it take for your dad to recover? Not one of them told me my dad recovered after this long. So that was a tough pill for me to swallow. But I was determined that I would recover, that what happened to my son because it was, I don't want to use the word destiny or karma, I don't want to be light like that, but I trust God. And even though I did at the time, it was still difficult. I missed him. I loved him, and I missed him very much. But personally, what I happened upon was the idea that I would love him so much that I would respect that he has his own path to follow. It's okay to miss somebody, and it's also okay to be okay with it. As far as your marriage goes, your marriage was already trending in the wrong direction. Now you would love nothing more than to feel comforted, and you're probably not getting that, and you're probably not giving that. Because most of our marriages operate on an intellectual plane rather than where they were intended for. Marriage is intended to be operating on a plane of unconditional love. One of the reasons we get married is so that we can learn to love unconditionally. And so it's going to require you to set aside the pain that you're feeling over losing your child and call that an excuse for your marriage. Don't allow it to be the reason in your mind for why you and your husband or your wife are drifting apart. And do the things you need to do to make your marriage what it was supposed to be when you first got married. The most important, not just event, but the most important part of your life, where you can love and learn to love more and more and more. And that's how you do it. Use this as an opportunity for a reawakening of your love. And don't lay a guilt trip on your spouse. Don't tell them, we need this. You do it yourself. And if they ask what's going on as you become more and more loving, more and more user-friendly, then you share with them, well, I'm taking the course from the Marriage Foundation and I'm learning how much I wasn't loving you. Grieve for your child, love your child, honor your child, remember your child, but live for your spouse. Feel the love for your spouse. And that's the best advice that I can give you. Watch these videos, subscribe so you can learn more about marriage. Get the course for men or the course for women, depending on your gender. At a minimum, read one of my books, but change your focus to your spouse and to your marriage. And God bless your child. And God bless you, and God bless your husband or wife. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope that I've been of some help. I pray for you. God bless.